We're live. I just gotta find what page we live on.
My Bishop Greg Davis, the original one.
Oh, okay. Is that what we're
That's
doing?
here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his fan page. There we go.
Let me find it. All my life I had to fight.
Not tonight. We're gonna ask that you put all mobile devices
I'm about to go
on
live.
vibrate. We're gonna ask that you put all mobile devices on vibrate. We're gonna ask that you begin to share.
Is there another page? I'm on Bishop Greg.
On vibrate. It's funny how it gave me the options it gave me. Hey,
Check in, everybody. Where you checking in from?
somebody needs to turn their device all the way down. If you have a second mobile device that you're using as part of tonight, turn it all the way down because it's going to give us a horrible feedback.
Hello from Chicago.
Tad Town in the building. You allow me to send it to a few people. My phone being petty today.
Is that your device?
All right. Let's see. Hey, Nevada, how you doing? Fort Worth, Texas. How's it down there in Texas? I'm still trying to go to Texas right quick, but you know, Corona, she doing her good work down there in Texas right now. So they got
She's doing her good work.
she doing her good work down there in Texas. And I cannot. Atlanta's in the building. She done did a good work down there too. She done worked so hard. She done got the mayor and her people. But I'm praying God's covering over everyone that's under the sound of our voice. Oh. How y'all doing? Y'all continue to check in as you come in. Charleston, South Carolina. All my Geechee folk. Hey, Charleston. You want to go to Turkey Leg? You want to go on the Turkey Leg hunt? Okay. Turkey Leg hunt. Go ahead and get it. Hey, Dave Hill.
Check in, everybody. Tasha.
Houston, Texas. Stand up, Dwayne Johnson. Are you the Rock?
You need help.
It's Saturday night. I've been in the house all day. I left the house once. Came back real fast.
What did you go do?
I had to go pick up a shirt for Beth. She's performing tonight. Won't even be able to wear the shirt, but possible look.
Awesome.
Got some good topics on here today. We have some esteemed guests as well. Still waiting for y'all to check in. Y'all checking in and sharing it and checking it in.
Hey, Mika.
All right. Don't be. Yeah, I got this shirt from I was at a conference and a young lady, a local vendor, was selling this, and I just thought it was really cute. So I try to support different local business owners, Black-owned business owners, as they try to establish their brands.
Welcome to those on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, and I even put us on Celebration Church's page tonight.
All right, my space, all of that. Hey, Alicia.
Peace, Alicia.
I miss the good old days, man.
You talking about the days where we actually seen each other, hugged each
together.
other? Yes.
We can sit at the round table and do stuff like this, and put a camera over there to capture.
Yeah.
Now,
We about ready?
everybody that shared and did everything.
I've shared on mine.
We need everybody to share and share alike. Check in. Tell us where you're checking in from. So, welcome everybody. Lola is going to introduce her guest.
Well, tonight I have with me a longtime friend, sister. She is a thespian. She is an artist. She is a singer-songwriter, arranger. She is known all the way from Ohio.
Here we go. We're not doing this.
I'll keep it classy. But we call it, the church had a song where it said there's a storm out and it's on the ocean and it's moving this whole way. If I would have known that they was talking about my sister Katrina Storm.
Oh, blessings.
When they said she was going to leave Ashtabula and come on down.
No, you didn't.
All your life, yeah, right. But this is my girl, Katrina Storm. We have done hundreds of shows and put on hundreds of performances here together in the great city of Detroit, the great state of Michigan. So I said, let me go and get one of my old school clowns and someone that's gonna get up here and act crazy with me. So I went and got my girl Katrina Storm. This is my sister, my friend, my buddy, and we come to have a good time. What you got with you today, sir?
Well, I have Ben Harbor's finest.
They're calling out cities today.
With great, I have been Harbor's finest. Pastors one of the greatest churches there in Benton Harbor, and he's here to share with us. His name is Carlton Lynch, and he pastors Pilgrim Rest, and we've been friends for some long times. And we're glad to have him.
We're glad.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. You need to do better. She gave a long introduction of her guests.
Yeah, but she ain't got to run the doggone thing. I'm running the doggone thing here.
Okay, so you working stuff. I got it.
Yeah, she ain't working.
All right. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
All right, Lola, get started.
Well, let's go and jump down into it. You sent me a picture this week. You sent me two. The other one is gone. I should have taken a picture of it. But this first one says, is it okay for a woman to propose to a man if he is taking too long? What say you, my kind guest?
You talking to me?
You can. Women always go for it.
Is it okay if for a woman to propose to a man who is taking too long? Correct?
Yeah, they've talked about it. They're living with each other. They're doing all of the things.
They shacking.
They shacking. They know each other in a godly way. He has come to know her, and she has come to know him. They are together. They have been together, and they've talked about moving forward. But he's just a little nervous and apprehensive about his decisions. So she decides that she's going to take matters into her own hand, because what's happening right now, it's a lot of alpha energy in the air. It's a lot of dominant energy, alpha energy in the air. And they're bringing there's a lot of women out here that's bringing a lot of bacon to the table as well. You know, not only are they coming to the table, they can bring the table as well. So they feel maybe I can go ahead and ask. I mean, what say you?
Me personally, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for every chocolate chick. But what I will say is that what you do in your relationship should be what's best for your relationship. If you know you have the type of man, if you know that that's how y'all run y'all program, you got to know your man, because the right alpha is going to embarrass you proposing to him. Okay, now that's the kind of alpha I like personally, you know, and I like to make my words very clear and plain about how I feel. But at the end of the day, for me personally, what I like. Now, as far as seeing other young ladies do it and it works out best for them, that's because they know who they shacking with. You got to know who you're dealing with. That's my response.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily in the context of just the person shacking. They've been the article really called for. The young man was talking about the women feel like the man is taking too long, whether they living together, whether they've been dating, and it's ready for the question to be popped, and they like, we gonna pop the question on our own, and so, because they're taking too long. Here's the issue I have, Carlton, that if a woman takes the lead to ask me to marry them, then what else is she gonna take the lead on?
She gonna take the lead on that mortgage bill. She gonna want to pay your bill.
Well, hold on. My grandfather said if you give them a little bit, you know, like I had to make a decision in the last situation because the person said they wanted to move back home to where they came from, and I'm like, I heard my grandfather in my right ear. You know, right ear.
What did Ananias say?
And I said, boy, I promise you, I heard him say this, boy. If you stoop and do that, you stooping and doing everything in that marriage.
Okay, wait. Back it up. What did he say?
If you stoop. In other words, stoop, man, if you're gonna be stupid. And if you're gonna be stupid enough to do it that time, that she always gonna be telling you. I never forget. Story time. You gotta say story time right when we say it. Story time.
Story time. We missed
story time, everybody. Okay, this is I was still in school. Okay, there was a young lady by the name of Maria. Maria was so fine. We was in our teens. Maria was light skinned, long, straight hair. She lived on Lee May. You know where Lee May is?
Lee May, yeah.
Lee May cross Warren, right up here. All right. So she was over to the house. We were sitting on the porch. These was the porch days on Mac and French Road. Mac and French Road.
Good courtship, yeah.
So I said something to her, and that heifer, excuse me, she smacked me.
All my life I had to fight.
My grandfather, my grandfather just happened to be standing. We had one of them enclosed porches, and we were sitting on the outside of it. He was standing in the screen door. He never let me live that down. Boy, you let that girl smack you and you didn't do nothing, you should always have control. So it goes back to the same thing. If you let a woman do, and I always had problems out there, it was true. But I believe if she asks you to marry her, she's going to be running the whole thing. There's some things I just think that I'm old-fashioned in. And I just think that that's one of them. Now, can she, and then Pastor Carlton's going to say, can she say what we going to do? Where we at? But no, you ain't about to do this now. I'm talking about. Look, what? Look. Now with Greg, will thou marry me? Get up.
I'm telling you, the right alpha is going to embarrass you. and you might.
But even though, Greg, even though I wouldn't allow it to happen, I wouldn't go as far to say yes. But I'm gonna be real honest. That'd be real sexy for a woman to say, "Man, I want this brother so bad that I'm getting ready to make the move." Now, I would just change it up and say, "No, baby, you can't do that. This is my responsibility at doing it." But I'm telling you something. I will fall in love with her deeper for her even wanting to go that route to make it happen. I wouldn't go through with it, but that will pull me in more, Lola. If a woman will go that far to say, "You know what? I cannot let you go. I love you like that." Katrina, just try it. Propose me tonight.
Okay, well, hold on now. Slow down.
We
Slow
just
down.
met.
You got
We
to
just
slow
met,
down.
and I'm liable to say I do tonight. No, Katrina, no.
Okay, let me
do
show
it.
you. Let me show you how the storm will come in.
I told you, Lola. I told you.
Storm, let me tell you how the storm will come in on you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to desire, and you're going to want that from me. Right? And I'm not gonna have to say a word. It's my mannerisms, it's my submission, it's my love for you, it's my verbiage to you, it's my hello, how you doing? Every time I see you, my face light up. All of that is going to make you say, if I let this one get away, I'm a fool. I don't have to come to you and become the man. We don't have to switch. You stay in your masculine role, let me stay as a feminine lady, and I'm telling you, this will work out. Now, if you need that little, assertiveness every now and then. I ain't got no problem.
But Katrina, we got to look at the question again.
The
question was, how do we feel about it? I'm not agreeing, but I'm saying my answer that will pull me in even more. What I'm saying that for a woman to even desire to make that type of move.
But this is my concern to you, Mr. Lynch. You confusing her. Because now you're telling her, I want you to run stuff, but you can't run stuff.
Well, I don't think that's really talk
to me. I don't know. Talk to me.
I don't think that's
as you said, you confused.
I think the confusing part, Katrina, is for her to even decide to go to that type of level to propose.
But you just made it clear,
Katrina,
baby.
All I said is that will pull me in. That will excite me.
Let me tell you something, sir. If my job is to incite you, then I got to go all the way. I got to go where ain't no other woman has ever been before. I got to make this happen. If I am to incite you, if you're saying my assertiveness is inciting you, then you have just you just got the tip of it. You ain't even really. You want me to be assertive?
Let me say this.
Let me go ahead and let you cook all week.
I think now I do agree with Carlton on one thing. I think the idea of it is like really sexy. I really do. I think the idea of it, but I just think let's read this. Look, read this, Lola.
If a woman takes a lead, the woman will lead forever.
Stop serving. Read it again slowly. Read.
If a woman
we Baptists won't do that.
Hold on. We had an interruption again, mother.
If a woman takes a lead, the woman will lead forever.
How long?
Not in the divine order.
I said how long?
Forever.
How long?
And ever. Forever.
Read on.
This is not the divine order of God. This is not in the will of the Lord. You are the head, and you best believe I am your neck.
Look what your brother says. Your best friend.
We know that. We know that.
Let me tell you what I know about Mr. Jones. She sure can. She can propose to him in the privacy of him and her, but she bet not do it amongst the people. I put money on that.
Right, because he don't like no foolishness. Now, so what I'm hearing from my two men on the panel tonight is that there's something about the take charge of the proposal that kind of turn you on a little bit. You like a little take charge kind of woman, or you like to feel extremely desired. Is that what I'm hearing?
I like a woman. I like an aggressive, assertive woman. But I think the proposal is too much. The idea is kind of sexy, but no, I'm good.
But
Yeah.
Carlton down there, like, yeah, I like, yeah, that thing kind of turned me on. Just thought of it. Now I don't need you to do that, but
but
no,
Lola,
desire
again,
me like that.
But I want to make sure that everybody hear my word. I am not okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm going along with it. Yeah. But if me and Katrina was dating,
we back at it
again. And we're out to dinner, she said, "Baby, I got something I want to ask you." And I say, "Okay, what is it?" And she just said, "We've been dating for a long time, and you really turn me on like that. I mean, you chocolate, I'm chocolate. We both chocolate, and chocolate people want to be together." And then she say, "I know this isn't normal, but I want to make this official tonight. And so I want to know, will you marry me?" Now I'm gonna say, "Baby, that was flattering." I'm gonna say, "Wow." I may even cry.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go with it. But I am saying it would be flattering. It will be.
So I have a comment from my Facebook page. It says, "I'm lost because I don't see how it's sexy for a woman to take those steps. Pressuring a man or taking away his power to lead is not sexy at all. To me," that's a comment from Dave Hill. So Dave want to maintain control. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for your comment.
I said I like the thought of it. I don't want it.
No. So we're clear on your answer. The answers that you've provided is the thought of it is cute, but the reality of it is a no.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're walking with you. We're walking with you. Well, let me ask you this next question then, since you all think it's so cute and you all feel so good.
Walk it in. Walk it slow now.
Why do men feel that once they've captured the prey, because you guys are the hunters, we're the prey, and you've captured us, and you have us right where you want us now. You got us in your pocket. We're on your program. We are together. We've been together for a while now. Why is it that men feel that they don't have to do what they did to get us anymore? They don't want to date no more. We gonna eat at the house. We not going out. Like, they don't want to continue to do those chivalrous things or those things that it took to get us 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 6 months down the line. They kind of get overly comfortable in the relationship. What is that about?
I think the man has literally lost interest.
Oh, that's good.
Because if it's someone that I still have that level of excitement for, I still want to wine and dine her. For me, if I stop, Lola, what I'm saying is I'm really looking for an exit strategy. I'm no longer interested.
That's good. So I am hearing you say that we've been together 2-3 years. And we used to go out 2 to 3 times a week. It's been reduced to once a month. You're saying the reduction is the result of my lack of interest in you.
I mean, why wouldn't a man that's into a woman want to take her out? Want to keep a smile on her face?
This is a good question.
Can I ask you a question, Lola?
Yes, you can.
Would you be honored to take my question?
I would be.
Thank you. Is her hair still done? Is she still looking the part? Is she still smelling good?
Yeah.
Is she still bringing compliments to me? So we can't look at it as though, well, we went from going out 3 times a month down to 1, and just out of nowhere, what has she contributed to that decision or for that reduction?
That is a healthy dialogue that you just created. And this question stemmed from a conversation that I was having last night with some friends of mine that was over, and we were talking about that. And oftentimes, and I'm not going to make this a male bashing conversation because it's not, I had to open it up the male side, But we feel, women, we feel that way. He doesn't do this. He don't take me out no more. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. But that was the question that I was hoping would come up. What have you done to keep his eye on you? Because comfort is probably one of the most dangerous attributes to any relationship on either side. Because we feel like now that I have him or have her, I don't have to do those things anymore. I don't have to go get my hair done every week. I don't have to put on deodorant when I go to bed. I don't have to, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that they feel that they don't have to do. But the same thing you did to capture his attention is the same thing that you have to do to maintain his attention. The same thing you did to capture my attention. It's the same thing you'll need to do to continue to keep my attention. We've talked about it on past shows, how over time people evolve and change. Sometimes they change for the better. Sometimes they have certain declines. Sometimes you see an increase in weight. Sometimes you see a decrease in weight. Sometimes hair grows. Sometimes hair fall out. I mean, there's so many variables that can be played in this scenario. But the question is, how are you keeping yourself together? I went out yesterday. Story time.
Story time.
I went out yesterday and I was on the phone talking to Sean, and I had pulled up to a particular location and I had saw someone that I knew. And I was just shocked and appalled at their appearance. And I was just saying to myself, like, how do you just go out in your pajama bottoms? How do you just go out with your bonnet on your head or your scarf on your head? How do you just go out looking like all you did was took a baby wipe and wiped your face today? Like, how do you just go out looking any old kind of way and you say you got a man or a woman at home? Like, how do you do that? Because when you leave, you are the reflection of that person you love.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you go out and you not represent your boo, your man, your woman to the best of your ability? And I think women, we get so, oh, girl, forget about Dwayne. We've been together all this. You still supposed to keep it together, honey, because it's these heifers out here. Because since we didn't put heifer out there, I guess I'll use it for the rest of the night. It's some heifers out here waiting to get your man, waiting for you to catch you slipping, and it's some brothers waiting to get your girl to catch, waiting for you to catch you slipping.
The worst thing you can do is to talk to your girlfriend about what your man not doing, because then she will do everything and vice versa. So let me say this. I believe that I Carlton, interest was lost somewhere along the way. But it goes back to what I say often. Whatever you're going to do in the future has to be talked about right now. Mm-hmm. If you marry if Katrina and Carlton get married, they need to I'm just using y'all chocolates. If they gonna get married, they need to talk about what the expectation is. If Katrina has expectations of a weekly date, then she needs to tell him that. And that don't need to be talked about, because we get into this stuff and nobody wants to talk about what expectations are, and dating is part of the expectations of the thing. Now, if you got your home, if Carlton is a homebody and you're gonna try to make him into a dating person once you get married, then that's not fair. If you knew what you were getting into before you got into it, then that's pretty much what you got, because they ain't gonna do too much different. So I just think at the end of the day, we don't talk about what we want. We don't talk about it. And then we don't talk about it when we're not pleased. We talk about it to everybody else.
Who don't talk?
Well, we don't.
I don't know who these women that y'all, I don't understand what's going on.
The women, hold on. The women that's in my DMs that's asking me for advice. I'm telling you, they don't talk.
They're not asking for your advice They're asking for your advice so they can talk to you. They think you cute. They think that beard on your face is cute. That's why they're your
we learned a long time ago. If we let y'all talk, y'all will enjoy us more.
I'm telling you, these women ain't talking to these men. I'm telling you.
These men have nothing to say.
What about men coming out in y'all jogging pants, flip-flops? I don't wear flip-flops.
I can't unless they're gray sweatpants.
All my life I had to fight. Yeah.
Lola,
I will show you who you need to be with. Yes.
I found the other question. Can I do it? We can do that.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually did a video on it today.
Okay.
So, the right man.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Lola, tell me that you need your car. Something's wrong with your car. Tell me something's wrong with your car.
Baby, I was backing up out the garage this morning and I heard a little squeaking in my car. Can you take a look at it? I don't know if I need new brakes.
Answer number one. You better get that taken care of. That's answer number one. You better get that taken care of. But don't ask me to do anything. Ask me again.
Baby, I was backing out of the driveway as I was closing the garage. I heard this squeaky noise, and I don't know if it was coming from my brakes or I don't know.
Answer number two. I got you, baby.
Come on now.
Answer number one.
Put a little bass on it.
Answer number one. You better get that taken care of. Answer number two. I got you, baby.
Put a little bass in it. Say it again.
So the scenario is, and then Lola can cover it. Scenario is, what kind of man do you want?
The one that say, "I got you, baby." Story time. I know it's so early in the question, but I have to share this. Back on June 20th, I had a block party to celebrate my birthday. And it was really for my subdivision to kind of just be able to come out with their lawn chairs, enjoy live entertainment. But anybody that's ever planned an event knows that there's a lot that goes into planning events and pulling off productions and events. So as I was preparing to get everything together for the event, there are several people that reached out to provide their assistance if needed. One said, what you need? And I said, I'm gonna just make up stuff. I need some porta potties. They said, oh, okay, all right. I said, you got a plug on the porta potty because this particular individual is well-to-do, and they hold some pretty fabulous functions around the state of Michigan. And so I said, do you know anybody that has porta potties or anyone I can get some from? He said, let me make a call. So I talked to him later on that day, and I said, well, did you hear anything? They said, oh, I didn't get an answer.
You had no intentions.
Did you call another place, or was that but mind you, I'm never going to ask you to do some work that I haven't done myself. That's number one. So I already had some stuff lined up, but I was just seeing what level of help you wanted to offer. Another scenario, well, what else you need? I said, I'll be supplying food for, everyone in the neighborhood. So they feed a lot of people, so they may be able to get food. I said, what? We'll be doing barbecue. Can you go? You got some chicken? Can you give me some boxes of chicken? They came back and they said, we don't have no chicken. I said, the store don't have any. So now two things I've asked you for. I'm not, shut up, Sean. Two things I asked you for, and you came back with nothing on both. So I'm a little frustrated because Bishop, is this not a person of means?
And I don't know why Sean taking up for him. He's a jerk. He's a jerk.
This is a person of major means.
Right. Any man that don't step up for something that's major than that. Let me tell you what a man should do. Number one.
Wait. Don't tell her, hold it, because I'm gonna tell you what a real man did. I'm gonna tell you what the real man did. There was another resource that was available. And I indicated.
And Lola ain't the type to bother nobody for nothing because she own her own home, her own car, and got a good job, and will buy 10,000 shoes. So she ain't one of them chicks that's waiting for you to buy her bag.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. And so I tapped into another resource that had offered his services, and he said, "Baby, what you need?" And I said, "Oh, I probably will need." Here was his answer: "Do you want the money, or do you want me to just go get it?"
Yes.
I said, "Well, baby, I tell you what." I said, "You just go ahead and handle it because I'm working on some other. Because it's not about your money. I don't want your money. I don't want you to think that you got to give me money and then I'm gonna go and mishandle the research. No, baby, go get what I've asked, and not that's all that other stuff." He said, he said, "Do you want the money or do you want me to go get it?" That's all I needed to hear. That's the type of man I want in my life. The one that says, "Do you want the money or do you want me to go handle it?" But at the end of the day, it was going to be handled. All this other, I couldn't. But what type of man did you say? Go ahead.
A man that will hear a woman say, "Ooh, I've had a hard day. I don't even know what I'm gonna have for lunch. Don't worry, baby. I'm sending it by Uber." I love a certain kind of drink. It shows up at the door.
Yes.
What kind of flowers do you like? I need to know what kind of flowers you like. Matter of fact, let me get a list of everything you like. What kind of flowers you like? And you send those flowers. What's your favorite restaurant? We ain't going to it, but I can send you. I can send you your meal.
Yeah.
What kind of perfume? The perfume that shows up in the mail. What size you wear? That is a real man.
Huh?
A real man don't just ask. He listens to her conversation.
He delivers.
He listens when she says, "I'm going to get my hair done," and on the way that she's going to get her hair done,
what happened?
He's putting the money in her Cash App.
Talk to me. Who you? Hey, yeah.
Okay. That's what a real man does. That's just some things. And a real man is not going to say, "Go ahead. Yeah, you better get that taken care of." Nigga, what do you mean? Now listen, there are some rules. You don't just do that with somebody you just start talking to. You got to have some, you got to start talking. Okay. Now the little things you can do, it's okay. But now I ain't talking about the first day. Then you got to be careful of these women that's not trying to get a bag, but trying to get their own bag, but trying to get a bag from you.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Carlton.
That's weak. That's weak.
I think, Greg,
weak.
That's where I was getting ready to go. You described Lola. She got her own house. She got her own business. She got her own money. See, I think it's one thing. I'm always going to be the one to say, "I got you." But I want to have a woman that don't need me.
See, that's it right there. Carlton, that's it. And what I've always said, I promise you, I grew up with the greatest man alive. I still got him. God bless him. My father's the greatest man I know. I was taught never ask a man for anything you can't do for yourself. Period. Like, it is very uncomfortable for me to ask. I don't want anything from you, but I just want you to be in position that if I ever had my back against the wall and I can't figure it out, I need you to be able to hold me up. That's it. But I'm not going to nickel and dime you for no hair and nails and purses. We're not doing that.
Go ahead, Carlton. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think women, and I'm reading the comments and everything, and all that's good. I know you want a king. I know you want a boss. But women have to bring more to the table than utensils.
Yes.
I mean, you got to come with more. I mean, I don't need you to bring no loaf of bread, but every now and then stop by Kroger's. I mean, I think the same thing that you are desiring. Okay, you like perfume. Hey, you ought to know what type of cologne I like.
Come on.
You ought to at least ask.
Creed.
Yeah. So I just think that we have these conversations so much. What a man.
Oh no.
Oh.
That Benton Harbor's getting the best of you, buddy.
You back?
All right.
You back?
I'm back.
Okay.
Y'all made me change devices. That's what the problem is. But we have these conversations all the time, what a man ought to do and what a man ought to have. But what are you bringing to the table?
That's right.
I'll fix your tire, but can you get it fixed?
Okay. So, Mika, I hear what you're saying. I don't need your $40 to get my that. We didn't say you needed it. That's the point. It's not about you needing it. It's about us offering. And when you have that kind of, well, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
Well, let me say this. There's such thing called quality. The quality of a man and the quality of a woman.
Let's speak on it.
And especially when you're talking about those who are as wise as we are, you have seen and learned that there's a lot of people who dressed up but have no quality, no substance on the inside, right? So it shouldn't take long to see that you're dealing with someone who is just there for a bag, be it a man or a woman. You should be able to see. There's no way that my man, the man who is interested in me, is sending cash apps, sending perfume, sending Ubers, sending anything, and I ain't met him at his job, not once. I haven't dropped off what I'm doing when I get there. I ain't dropped off nothing, not once. I'm telling you, I feel like with today's society, this thing called that inbox and pictures is supposed to be enough. It's not enough. It's all about action.
Yeah.
Because we can talk and send pictures all day in the DM. But what is the action? Do you really care? When you heard me stub my toe, did you ask about my toe 2 days later? Do you listen to me? Am I listening to you? It's a give and take. And I think that's what makes a relationship work. It's a give and it's a take, period.
And for those of us that give, I'm sorry, Lola. For those of us that give, Lola knows me, knows my heart. Those of Carlton, all of y'all know. Those of us that give every now and then, I don't need you to buy. I don't need you to buy me nothing big. I buy my own stuff big, but you know,
send them a pair of socks. She loves socks.
I don't wear socks no more.
I'm just saying hypothetically, like something small, something that said I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
I learned, Bishop, I learned a long time ago. I had a little friend who won't spend a little money on me. Spend a little money on me made me smile. And he said, out of $1,000, how much did you spend on me? I said, you know what? You're right. You're right, sir. Because I had became selfish and cocky with the fact that I was intriguing to him. And because I'm intriguing to him, I was feeling a little confident. Like this ain't gonna change. But it does. It changed with the win.
Everybody invite and share. Please invite and share. Go ahead, Lola.
Let me tell you what I learned out of this porta potty situation, Sean.
You need to get delivered.
Are we back at the
No. I'm making fun of that. But what I've learned about people, if you've never been in a healthy relationship before, then you don't know how to relate. Let me break that down and understand what I'm saying. If you haven't been in a relationship with someone that you say you really love, because when you're in a relationship with somebody that you really love, there's nothing you wouldn't do for them. There's no sacrifice you wouldn't make for them. There's no mile that you wouldn't, no distance that you wouldn't go for them. Like you would literally give of thyself. You would sacrifice self for the one that you love. And it's second nature. It's something that you don't even think about. If baby worked all day, and he's been really hustling. When he come home, you're going to have a meal for him. You're going to have him something to eat. Baby, I cook for you. Just relax. Like it becomes second nature. And it's a vice versa thing. But if you've never had that, if you just had a fling over here and a fling over there, you've only lived a selfish life. So you never consider the needs of somebody else. So in order to healthily consider the needs of somebody else, you had to surrender yourself so that you can love somebody else. And a lot of people haven't really surrendered themselves to care for somebody else. And so when they get into the early stages of relationships, and so the question, the statement was, you need to go get that fixed versus I got you. The person that's saying you need to go get that fixed really never considered anybody but themselves. So they don't know how to consider you. That's why they tell you, you need to go get that fixed. Because you're not even a priority for them.
But I don't. But and I agree with you 100%. But let's talk about the brother that has the desire to get it fixed, but he can't afford it. Not saying
That's
that he
fine.
would. Not saying that he, because some women, no, because some women will feel like he's not worthy of me being with him if he can't help me come up. But I may be in a position where I'm trying to come up the same time you're trying to come up.
Right. I personally feel that whatever obligations and responsibilities that fall in my address, those are my obligations and responsibilities, and it's nobody else's responsibility to take care of anything that falls at this address, whether it be my house, my car, anything that's I'm responsible for. That's my responsibility. If someone offers to help, that help makes me uncomfortable because for me, if you do this for me, sometimes I'm thinking, what do you want in return? Because it's a lot of quid pro quo going on out there. I do this for you. You know what I'm looking for in the end. Let's deal with that side of the equation. So for me, I've always been able to keep it safe because you can't. Money rules and runs the world. And I'm not going to let your money control me. And I'm not going to let your savage control me. Because money and your savage will control women.
Okay, but before we get to the savage, because that's a blessed place, that's savage. Let's talk about the man who can't afford it. The man who cannot afford it goes that extra mile. He's out there seeing what he can do because he knows a Ricky, a Ray Ray, a Bobo who does know how to fix it.
Yep.
He's going that extra mile to say, I don't have it. Let me be clear. But I know I can get it for it's all about the effort a lot of times. We know what we dealt with. We know when we met you what was going on with you. You made it very clear to us. If you respect me enough as a lady, not your lady, but just as a lady, you're going to be honest with me to a certain degree about where you are in life, right? So when I spoke to you and I told you my car is tinkling, that was really for conversation purposes, and it might be something minute. I don't know. I don't fix cars. As a man, you might know. Oh, that's nothing. You just need to tighten your gas cap or something, anything. But it's all about the effort. But to blow me off and to tell me to get it fixed, all my life I had to fight.
That could be frustrating. Go ahead, Carl.
And Katrina, I like what you said earlier, and I think you said something like, "What kind of women y'all talking?" You know what I mean? And the reality is, we have to be clear again on what type of woman, girl, lady, trick. I'm sorry, who we talking about? Because sometimes it's something every single day, every single week. And I think some women have began to take advantage, with men that's givers. Like you keep bringing stuff up all the time. There's something going on in your life. Hell, if I keep taking care of your stuff, I'm going to be, and so it's not saying that I'm less of a man, Lola, but I got responsibility. I got to be a good steward over here.
Yes, you do. And over your resources.
So we got to make sure we ain't talking about no girls. We ain't talking about somebody that always got something going on. Let me tell you this. I'm into helping my woman in emergency. A car, that's something it wasn't expected. But I'm really not trying to pay your rent.
You shouldn't have to. That's not your responsibility if you're not living there. If you stand there a great period of time, if you stand there a lot, then it's okay to contribute to it. If you're gonna lay your head there more than it's 30 days in a month, you over there 16 days, you can put something in on it. I would just
if you're laying at the bosom, you laying at the but what I've learned?
You don't have to though, but I'm saying for real.
What I've learned is that men will find another space. A man who is not trying to be put in that box that I'm paying your rent, he'll find something else to do. He'll find something else to take care of. So it's easier for you to do whatever you have to do. There's ways around this thing without putting
but Katrina, sometimes as men, we get ourselves caught up in those situations. Because when you met her, you was getting nails done. When you met her, you was putting gas in the car. You was doing those minute things.
Those things.
You was doing those minute things now you was doing it on your own. Now she asking, now she's looking for it. So it's draining you out. Now you done got drained from it because you were doing that trying to get her attention.
But this is where we go back. Mr.
That first question. Y'all got to keep on doing it.
I am studying you as you study me. If I know that you're reaching outside of yourself for me, if I care for you at all, I'm going to be like, you know what, baby, I got it. Matter of fact, do you need gas? Matter of fact, I just looked in your cabinets. What is you eating today, honey? Because if you keep eating oodles and noodles, I ain't going to like the way you built. This is a two-way street, period. Now, I appreciate you doing what you needed to do to get my attention, but now that you have my attention, you're dealing with a real woman now. I can't have you out here starving and I'm over here eating good. I'm eating steak and you at home trying to figure out how much hot water go inside of the bowl of noodles.
Okay, let's deal with some of these comments. I want to deal with Alicia. She said, thank you for telling me. She said, thanks for sharing that, Bishop. It's hard to think of what to buy men that have everything. Let me tell you this. I drink Starbucks. You send me a $50, $25 Starbucks card, that means like you didn't send me a steak. No, I'm serious. And I've had people do it. People at church buy me stuff. Here's Starbucks card. I had people give me $5 Starbucks cards, and I'd be like, that's everything. Or some men like flowers. Just something small. You gotta watch though.
Yeah.
According to what kind of woman you are, if you're a boss woman, bottle of Creed, a little small bottle. You ain't gotta get the big bottle. It's all kind of stuff that you can get. Bracelets. Now my brother said he done bought women cars.
Yeah, I saw that. He said,
wait, hold on.
That was my grandfather said you don't buy a woman something that she gonna drive off away from you.
Well, here's the thing, and I have a brother, and there's some amazing young men, and I struggle when people like you said, he's bought women cars, and what happens because he did it for the wrong person, it affects who you now become.
Absolutely. And
I often tell men and my brothers and just guys that I look at as brothers, never allow the wrong woman to change who you are as a man. You continue to do what you do because that's simply who you are. The wrong woman, she was the wrong woman. She didn't deserve. I remember my brother's last wife when they were dating, because I know the man that my brother is, because I know how he was raised and I know the tutelage in which he come from. And I remember sitting across from his ex-wife when they were dating, and I looked at that woman and I said, I don't know, and all I know how to be is a sister, so I hope I'm not offending anybody, but y'all know I'm going to tell y'all my truth. I told that girl, I said, I don't know if you're worthy of the man that my brother's getting ready to be to you. Because there's so many women out here that's after men for cars, clothes, cash, and just stupid stuff. And they don't care about the man. They just care about what he can do for them. And I get so upset, even with this one in the top right, top left corner. I told him, you slow down, you're doing too much. Because we need to make sure that she is worthy of who you're trying to be, because people really be out here with the wrong intentions, trying to take advantage of people because of what they feel they can get from them. And this is how they've made it in life, taking advantage of people. It's crazy.
Look, but Lola, what we also have to realize is that people are hollow, and they're looking to fill a void. And without doing your work, your own personal work, your own personal healing, then that void is filled with superficial things, materialistic things. You know, it's filled with sex, it's filled with gifts, it's filled with bags. You have to do your work to make sure that you yourself has substance, because what you consider substance is what you're bringing to the table. There's a lot of people bringing hot dogs and Taco Bell and taco and to the table, but they expecting steak, they expecting lamb chops. But what are you bringing to the table? And that's both ways. That's both ways. That's not a one-way street.
All right, what's the next question, Lola?
The next question, women, I'm jabbing at us on this one. Why do women feel the need to always express how they feel while never taking into consideration how they make their mates feel with their words? Here, let me read that again, because some of us may have missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do women feel the need to always express how they feel when they never take into consideration how they make their mates feel with their words?
You answered the question, because they don't take into consideration. Women just talk. But go ahead, Carlton.
I read that slowly. Read it very slow for me.
I will. I'll read it for my brothers and sisters in Benton Harbor.
I need you to do something. I need you to quit throwing off on my city. You throwing off on my city because Benton Harbor been good to me, and I'm gonna defend my city like y'all defend Detroit and Ohio and all these other places.
Slow down now. Slow down. Now, let me tell you, I roll with you. Me and you can go on this journey together, but I wasn't in the fight.
Well, you've been fighting all night, so.
Listen, I don't even know where Ben Harbor's at. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Well, I'm gonna bring you here to sing. I'm gonna bring you to sing for me so you'll know where it's at. I'm sorry, go ahead, Lola.
Look at that. We done brought Ashtabula and Benton Harbor together.
You're gonna keep saying it.
Why do women feel the need to always express how they feel while never taking into consideration how they make their mates feel with their words?
I don't think I can answer that. You said, why do women? I think you need to explain it to me, because I'm trying to figure it out now myself.
Well, I'll take a stab at it.
Selfish, inconsiderate.
Wait. Did you want me to answer?
Oh, I thought you was praying or something. I didn't know.
So I feel that oftentimes, because we're such emotional creatures, some of us like conflict. Some of us feel the relationship is not healthy if we don't have a little conflict, we don't have a little bickering banter back and forth. Some people like that. I'm not that person. Some people hold stuff in so much to avoid conflict that when they do communicate, they've reached a boiling point and they no longer consider their words or the feelings of the people that they're talking to. Some people are so selfish that all they think about is themselves. Some people are dealing with hurt and pain, excuse me, from something they may have seen growing up in their household, where they may have seen their father handle their mother a certain way, and they built up such a resentment. And they said, when I get grown, when I get older, that'll never happen to me. So they're always on the defense at every little thing. Some people have poor communication skills. Some people grew up in environments where that negative banter, that bickering, that fussing and cussing was a part of their everyday normal life. So this is all they know. There are so many variables and so many factors, but I still say all of that becomes excuses, because there comes a time in life where you have to say, at this age, I have to be accountable for my words and my actions. And you know when you're communicating exactly what you're doing. That passive aggressive undertone, the ability to take shots at people when you know it's gonna jab them in that one little spot where it's gonna really get them. Like I always say, when you fight, you have to fight fair. No hitting below the belt. No, because you can never take any of these things back. Once you say it, I can't come back a week from now and say, baby, I'm really sorry, because a month from now, you can still be thinking about the words that I said to you that could be so damaging.
Now, I want to look at it a different way, because everything you said is completely honest. Completely honest. I feel you, sis. I'm walking right with you. But just to look at it from a different perspective, there is also that situation, and I'm not saying it's ever okay to hit below the belt, but there's that situation where a woman has taken and taken and taken and taken some more. She has allowed you to mentally and emotionally and verbally abuse her. And she has held her strength in order to show you, this is how this is done. Maybe you wasn't raised and you don't have the healthy relationship background. So let me show you how we do this. We don't have to cuss. We don't have to argue. We don't have to scream. But then if you just keep putting a match near a bomb, you're gonna get something.
Gonna blow up.
Tick, tick, boom.
I think it's one thing, Katrina.
Whose fault is that?
Whose fault? We weren't talking about faults. We were talking about action.
No. I'm talking about fault.
Okay.
It is a fault. It's a fault that you let it go on, because whatever you let go on, that's your fault. It was my fault in a marriage that I let us get out of balance. No, we're not taking that. It's your fault that you don't know how to exit. You putting up with stuff, that's your fault. That's your fault.
But even there may be an exit, Bishop. But before I exit, I gotta let you know who you was really dealing with. Oh, before I exit. That's what I'm saying. There's an exit. There's an exit in the listen.
And what does that help? What does that help?
What does that help?
It really helps the person when you get it off of you.
No. We say I want to give you a piece of my mind, and Ananias Davis, and he's never wrong. Ananias Davis said, "You keep giving everybody a piece of mind, you ain't got nothing left."
But it's not so much about giving them a peace of mind. Sometimes it's about let me help you as I help me.
That ain't helping.
And it's not. And you know what I've learned? It's not what you do; it's how you do it. So I got to give you this reading because this reading is on my spirit. So I got to give it to you.
Yeah, but y'all went a different way with this though. I didn't think we was talking about hostile or bad situations. I thought
it's either way. Look at the entire spectrum, but it's all about how you communicate.
You got to go back. Yeah, but you got to go back to the way we're wired. First of all, hold it. Y'all use more words than us in a day. Twice as much, 2 or 3 times. Number one, Carlton, help me out. Number two, y'all emotional. Y'all talking from emotions. Okay? You want to tell us off, you're gonna get. I am under the. I got you, Carlton. I am under the conclusion that some women just don't know how to talk to a man. A man is not going to let you talk down to him. We are not going to do it.
You shouldn't. But you shouldn't talk down to each other.
Shut up. There comes
you can't say that.
I'm not.
What did he say? Wait, I missed it. I looked at my plant. What happened?
No. I'm saying in general. That's the way we be feeling. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just you got to know when you put in the person, and you don't study people to know. You don't even ask what kind of mood you're in. You got to pick when you just can't do. I'm telling you, y'all got to learn how a man is wired. When I'm sitting here on Saturday nights, I am listening to the female guests, and I am learning, because you know what I am not? I am not a woman. I am not a woman. Ain't got no woman bone in me. Okay? But I am a man. And then when a man talks, sometimes when we hear y'all, you know what we hear? Charlie Brown's girl. Wah, 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 wah. That's what we hear. Because it's just too much. I used to think, I was wondering, why does my grandfather sit in the car so much in the garage? It was my grandmother. Because she just, that old man, he getting on my nerves. I'm telling you, and I just believe that everybody got a right one that they can tolerate and listen to. But let me tell you something. If it's always a back and forward in the battle, that ain't the one for you. Some people just don't get along.
People be afraid to walk away, though. People be afraid to walk away.
And again, I know Katrina don't want to hear me say this. Whose fault is that?
Listen, Bishop. Now,
with nobody that makes me unhappy. I got to walk away in my life. Because here's my famous statement: 2 things. I ain't broke. The second thing is, if I walked away from Kim Davis, I was with her 20 years. I can walk away from anything or anything.
It becomes easy.
Wait. Because you called me out and you said I don't want to hear that. I am in agreement with you, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. You make decisions. You make decisions for you.
Pastor Eve said people don't know how to communicate. That's not true. People don't know how to communicate.
People don't know how to communicate. People think just because I think it and I say it.
That, Lola, girl, are you saying you don't like the way I communicate?
No, you can communicate improperly. You can be so selfish in your communication and rude and disrespectful in your communication. That's not proper communication. People feel that just because I said it, it's okay. No, that's not okay.
It's
I've had to correct with many a behavior on how you communicate. Considering
it's always, why is it all about walking away? Because that's the choice we have, and that's the choice some people need to make. You need to make that choice to walk away. I'm telling you, the people that Carlton, I'm gonna let you come. The people that DM me and the stuff that they put up with, they need to walk away. They need the ministry of walk away. Some people don't know how to walk away. I'm telling you, some of these people, I'd be like, the paragraphs they send me, and I'd be like,
he did what?
You saying why? Why are you saying? And the man is cheating on you, and you know he cheating?
All my life.
Go ahead, Carlton. I'm sorry.
Hey, Katrina, let me talk to you real quick. I think,
yes, sir.
I think
I don't know what's going on, Lola. He got something on his heart. He got something on his heart.
I like it.
I think everything rises and everything falls on the approach.
Yes, sir.
You can say whatever you want to say, but I agree with you. It's how you say it. Greg, I think this is where men have messed up in relationships, where we have always presented like nothing will bother us. I'm not going to be hurt. I don't care what you say. But the truth is, what causes people to break up, what causes divorces, what causes separations are not actions. It's mostly words.
It's definitely words.
I was dating. This is my only story I'm going to tell. I was
dating.
Story time. I was dating a lady for a long time, about 2.5, 3 years. And I told her everything, Lola, everything about me. I was going to marry her. Okay. We talked about it. But when we went another route, we're at the table, we're talking. She was getting stuff off of her chest. I was getting stuff off of my chest. But you know what she said, Lola? She said to me, but that's why nobody wants you. That's why you was adopted. Your mama didn't want you. I was like, oh my God.
She was out of line. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's that mess I'm talking about. You do not take the things that I've shared with you in my most vulnerable moment and then turn around and throw it in my face.
So women, when you all are dating and you're trying to get all of this information out of this man, it may be what transpired in his last relationship where he's afraid to tell you who he is.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But that's that. Let me watch you. Let me listen to you. Let me hear what you're saying when you're not saying it. That's that deep intimacy that you have to have in order to say this is long term. If this is long term, and then I hear you when you don't even speak. I meet your needs before you even need them. But in order for me to do that, I have to study you. I have to hear when you don't say nothing, just like I hear you when you're talking.
I'm glad you got out of that situation. That was unhealthy, that was toxic, and it was only going to get worse. You know, and see, that's what I'm saying. I often say, and people think I just be on here talking trash, but you can check my record book. I cannot tell you that I love you and out that same mouth cuss you out. If I'm gonna cuss you out, I'm gonna just exit stage left. Like I don't argue. I don't go back and forth. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it.
Okay, I want to go back because Pastor Eve said I didn't read the whole thing she said.
Okay, go back to it.
Okay, read it.
Why is it always about walking away? The person's good mate outweigh the bad.
Since I said that, let me tell you this. I don't care how much good they got. No. I'm telling you. Pastor Kim is a good woman. We be on here doing lives and everything. She's a good woman. That wasn't the issue. Sometimes you just don't get along with people or your lives are going a different way. You know, Carlton, you tell me if I'm wrong or right. A man wants peace. Lola, you tell me if I'm right. A woman wants security.
We want peace too. I don't know why you're gonna leave that out. We want peace and security.
But we're supposed to help you have the security. We're supposed to make you feel.
I'm supposed to be your peace. You're supposed to be my security.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Y'all agree with that?
Fair. Yeah, I think that's fair.
It go beyond being when I can't have peace, then that's when I don't care how good a person is. Good is not enough. Let me tell you something else.
Do not come over here.
Let me eat my grandpa. Let me tell you something else. Let me tell you what else ain't good enough. To be in love with somebody ain't good enough.
Talk.
Yes, sir.
Tina tried to tell y'all. What she say? Katrina, sing it. Say it right quick. Let them know.
Love, but a second-hand emotion. What's love got to do with it? What? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Ooh, hey! She did the walk though.
Lola only got one song. Lola got one song. Jill Scott.
Don't take my song away from me.
You love me, man.
No, is it the way? Woke up this morning. She hit that bottom. She hits the bottom.
Next Saturday night, we may give y'all a concert. You don't know what we're gonna do when he said, she said. But
love is not everything.
Who said that? Somebody who won't even stay in love. You got a 90-day. You got a 90-day quota. All my life I had to fight. Why would you even set up like that, Mr. Jones?
What's next?
The next question on the docket. Should women keep their opinions to themselves?
Hell yeah. No.
Tell us how you really feel, Carlton.
No, I don't think they should keep their opinion to themselves. I believe that if they have an opinion every day, it can become draining. I think if this opinion is like a life move, you know, it's something about the house, it's something about the children, but your opinion about me, every opportunity that you get, you want to get me straight? No, boo, no. Keep that to yourself because I'm not giving you my opinion about you.
Okay. I see where you went with it.
Right. You know, so I
So
think if once go ahead.
what if what if we getting ready to go somewhere? We getting ready to go out. And you don't like what I have on. Are we leaving? Are we
Describe to me what you got on.
I don't know.
What don't you like? What don't you like, sir?
Yeah, because I don't know what you don't like.
What don't you like? She got on what you don't like.
I got on some Tic Tac heels.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
That's the 2-inch heels that the girls like to wear sometimes. The Debbie snack cake heels. And I don't know. But I got on some Debbie snack cakes.
I'll say this, Lola. If I believe that is a disrespect, like I'm a pastor and we going to a church outing, you know, and you half naked, you know, I think I should offer my opinion.
Okay.
That I don't believe now, and I may not be that forceful one to make her change and try to put down my. I may say, babe, listen, you sexy now. Now, when we leave this banquet celebrating Bishop Greg Davis' anniversary, you can put that, but Greg will be okay if she came just like that. He ain't got celebration church. You come as you are. So that's the wrong church. So I'm saying I do believe offering an opinion on that level, I think is okay. But it can't be every week where I'm just looking for something on Monday. Babe, the way your hair, I don't like that color in your hair. I don't think we should do that. No.
Now, what if she don't like what you got on? Can she tell you?
Hell no, I'm the man. No. No, yes, you can. But we got to be careful that it can't be pounding an opinion every single day. Always got an issue, always got a complaint, always have a problem. We can't do that.
I know my brother put a girl down because she told him she didn't like skinny jeans and he ain't talked to her since.
Oh, no, she got blocked.
What happened?
On the first date, she told me that.
Now, would you tell someone that you're dating that you didn't like what they had on?
No, not in the beginning. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even go out with them no more. That's who they are. Now later on, if a woman asks me, how can I, you know, is there something that you like specifically, you know, nail polish, you know, stuff like that. But first of all, I'm not going to talk to nobody in the beginning that don't look like they can dress.
Like they can't do it on their own.
Yeah, you know why? Because it would be an insult. Because without talking about myself, I don't have a fashion problem.
Make it plain. Oh, what did he say that I love so much, Lola?
I ain't broke.
I don't have a fashion problem, and so you know,
they say people like us are quite shallow. Let's deal with this. They say people like us are shallow.
Like
because.
Me and you?
But what do you think people like you?
I wouldn't say Katrina because she's not as shallow thinking as I am. But I can tell by the way Carlton got his shirt buttoned that he governs himself like us. I can see how you get down just by the button on your shirt.
Wait a minute.
Can I say one thing too? Can I say one thing?
Carlton. No, Carlton.
This is not an insult.
Let me tell you about this sister, because this sister walks around with the umbrella to pass it real smooth. I don't like what you just said, and I will be inboxing you.
No,
well, I just want to say this too. I'm not broke either. Go ahead.
No,
but you gotta say it. You gotta say it with a swagger, though. He said,
No,
the situation.
I ain't gotta say it.
Called for him to just make it plain.
I ain't gotta say it. I can show you.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, what I'm getting to, is that Katrina, I'll look at somebody, and if I don't like what he has on, I won't even continue to look. I'll be like, I'll miss the whole thing because I'm focusing on the wrong thing, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So when I say that you're not shallow like that, like I am.
That's so nice. That's so nice the way you fixed that up. That was nice.
I didn't have to fix it. That's what I'm saying, because I know you. We know each other. Gregory Michael. She could be cute, but if she got on some Debbie snack cakes, he not looking. Nope. It's nope.
And you can't internalize it. You can't internalize it if it don't look right.
Yeah, because I mean, it's no sense to me even playing with it. Because I mean, clothes is my thing, fashion is my thing, and so I mean, we don't need to do a whole makeover because it's gonna mess with you.
But I'm told several times. I'm always told that I'm missing out because you can buy him clothes, you can change his clothes, you can fix that.
I'm good. I'm good.
But I don't want to. I want him to come to the party dressed.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
But we missed out.
There's those that think they look good too.
That's another component.
That's another subject. Those that think they look good and still no. I you know. Hey, you remember when we was over there on Grand River at the color, the red, the color scarlet. When just you know it when it walks in the room. They take they take the air out of the room. They take your attention. They're beautiful and they, because let me say this: you have nothing else to look at. You let's and Lola, I'm a good. I don't know. I don't know if that's being shadow. Because if that's the case, everybody on
I hate you, Lola.
The first thing that you see is their appearance. What else you got to go by?
No, and I started this statement by saying we're all shallow, and then I went back and corrected because I said Katrina is not as shallow as I am.
Oh, she's not. Good. This is good, Tara, my friend.
I don't want to feel like he's my son. I don't have time to dress a grown man. Baby, when I tell you, oh God. Some of us have a keen eye.
Oh no, brother, I wear Jordans every day myself. What are you talking
about? Me too.
What are you talking about? You ain't gotta wear no red bottoms.
He's staying Jordans. He probably gets, and he got a direct connect to Jordan himself. It is so challenging when you have a fashion savvy about yourself. When you got a little pink little style and dress, and you got a pocket that you rock in. And oftentimes you want to find your compliment in that. Because the worst thing we ever saw, we were driving down the street. Greg, remember we was driving down the street and there was a man walking and he had on it was the dead smack of winter. He had on this long, full length mink coat on. And his girl was, first of all, on the wrong side. She was to the street, problem number one. Problem number two, she had on a wool pea coat. And she was all nestled up under him, all walking around in that pea coat. Now, is anything wrong with a pea coat? Absolutely not. I got several of them. But you're not going to be my man walking around in fur and I'm walking around in wool. Like, that just don't balance up. Complete take. What is this? And it is. The people the human rights.
How did this pop up? All my life.
Okay.
So in that situation, we're back to dealing with people who are actually shallow, because you knew when you picked her up or when you met her that you were so worried about impressing that you didn't consider who you were impressing. You know, the fact that she was on the wrong side of the street say that there's some training to be done. Period. It's just some training to be done. But we also know that, people
He
are
could have got her a
superstitious.
starter for her. He could have got her a little rabbit.
But that might not be his woman. That might not be his woman.
Man,
That might not
she
be
was
his
a
woman.
reflection of him, though. The
That's
way she
true.
was nestled up and booed up under him. Now he out here looking bad.
But he don't see that though, sis. He don't see that the fact that you got her on the wrong side of the street in a wool coat and you claiming her with your body gestures, you're claiming her with your body language. So you're saying this is me and I am her.
Yeah,
And this goes to show that obviously she's going to propose to you. Okay?
it was all bad. It was all bad. Okay, let me ask y'all this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do men take advice from their single friends concerning their relationship? You know how girls be talking to their girls. Do y'all take advice from y'all male friends?
Carlton, you answer that first.
Yes. Yes. Just because they're single doesn't mean they don't have the knowledge or the experience to help you further in your relationship. I do.
What was the best advice you received from a peer? It's okay. It's Saturday night and it's after 9. You free. You free tonight. Whom the Son has set free is free indeed. Go forth. Come on and let him use you.
You know your word. I love it. You're a woman of faith. I love it. I think the best advice that I've received from a peer, I think it was recent, and that was to pursue even though I felt like walking away from it.
That was good.
I think we got to be careful with receiving advice from people that's always telling you to quit, leave it alone. I want to be connected to people that can push me even when I want to drown, even when I want to back up. And so that person, I only call about 2 or 3 people about relationships. Bishop Greg Davis is one of them. When he helped me real good, I hit his cash app. When he don't see my name,
Hey,
no.
I give good advice too, and my cash app is Lola George. You can call me too. I give you good advice. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna send you something just because. So Bishop was that one, honestly, that I called him and I said, "Man, I'm done. I ain't got no." And I explained to him what it was, how it went down, and his question was, "Hey, do you like her? Do you feel her?" But I had enough that has transpired for me to be done. I mean, but he still pushed me, "No, give it another chance. Don't just quit. It's still early," and so forth. So that was the best advice. And it was good for the time, Katrina. It ain't got me nowhere, but it was good for the moment. I mean, we still trying to kick, but yeah, that was the best advice, I believe. So many people that we talk to and when we complain about relationship, most people not really helping you with a strategy to stay in the ring.
And it all depends on the caliber of person that you talk to, because like you said, you have to be careful who you share some of your innermost secrets with, because everybody that's on your team really not happy for you. And when misery, we've heard this all of our lives, misery loves company, but I don't know how many people that I've encouraged, you know, that they were on the brink of divorce. And I'm like, trust me, I'm out here. Ain't nothing out here. Try to figure that thing out, work it out. But there's sometimes there's beauty in brokenness. And what I mean by that, the beauty of being able to rebuild and reestablish and reaffirm what once was concerning one another. Because sometimes we get so complacent and comfortable, and that's how we started off the conversation at the beginning of the show earlier this evening. We get comfortable and complacent in our relationships, and we begin to take one another for granted. And when that happens, you somehow begin to disconnect. So the reconnecting and the coming back together, it becomes challenging because we've taken each other for granted for so long. I don't take advice from anybody single or married. People tend to give advice from their own insecurities and trauma. Shaking my head. Nope, I'll make my own bad choices.
Okay,
Okay.
let me deal with that. Let me deal with that. Let me deal with that. Let me deal with that.
Go ahead.
I was about no, I know you. I was about to say that you do want to take advice from people that have had bad situations. That's those are some of the best people because you know what not to do.
Yeah.
So that's I don't totally agree with that. I respect your opinion, but I'm a man that has been married more than once and divorced, and so I'm not doing bad in the area of people wanting to hear what I had to say.
Or marrying you.
I'm just saying, just because somebody has failed, it don't mean that they have the voice advice. On the contrary, they're more experienced. And so I don't totally agree with that. I think that for me, I do seek advice from different people, and I seek it from people the strangest places in the world. And they've not been successful, but a lot of times they're right. And so yeah, I do. Men do that. We don't do it as much as y'all though.
And we have to be careful when we do it. Like on here with me tonight is a true friend and sister. She know where a few of the bodies are buried. She definitely know where the bones are. And she's giving me some real. See, you have friends that tell you what you want to hear, and then you have friends that tell you what you need to hear. And this right here has definitely down through my young and restless times. It's told me some things that I really needed to hear to overcome some of the challenges of my past.
I think that comes from a place of wanting the best. When you have an opportunity to see a person for who they are and believe in what they want out of life, and you can see that they are in their own way, because you've done it for me multiple times. There's been plenty of times I've asked you, how is this possible? And you say, oh, it's easy. And I'm like, no, that's not easy for everybody. And you're like, yeah, it is. You just wake up and you say, I'm done. And I'm like, who does that? Like, who can walk away? You was like, I'm gonna show you. Watch this. And that, and a lot of times a real friend doesn't say anything. They inspire you by how they live their life. And how they live their life makes you trust the words that they say to you. You know? So I appreciate you. And I thank you for saying that, as always, sis. But it goes both ways. It goes both ways. And I agree with you, Bishop. You have to choose wisely who you allow to counsel you. And the same counsel for every situation is not wise at all.
All right, we gonna end with that, or we got one more?
Well, I got a little bit.
Huh?
What you got? Can we do something fun on the way out?
You got one?
Oh no, I do not.
Okay then. Do men keep it 100 with their boys, or do they be fronting too?
Well, let's make that a unisex question.
Well, yeah, okay. Do we keep it 100 or do we front about what's really going on at home?
I think it's 50-50. I don't think that's an absolute question. I think that's a 50-50. Some some men they front, oh man, everything all right. Yeah, man, yeah. All right. I think it's a 50-50 thing. And it's according to which boy it is.
Let me ask you all this, and this is to both of you because you're men of the cloth. Do you feel an added pressure when it comes to your relationship status because of your title?
Say that one more time.
Do you feel an added pressure when it comes to your relationship status because of your titles?
Yes, but I don't allow it to. It is pressure, but I'm at the point now, I'm not getting married just because I pastor a historic Baptist church. I'm not about to rush. People can talk about it, bring it up in conversation. It used to always have me on edge. I got to make a move because of the position that I hold. But I preach to single people every week, and they not rushing because they're a Christian.
Right.
So I feel like if it's okay for you to take your time and be sure, I believe it should be okay for me to take my time and be sure as well. So absolutely, there's added pressure, but I don't let it get to me.
It's added pressure if you let it be pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm I'm at a point in life where it don't make no difference what I don't really care what people say about being. I mean, I don't. I mean, not in a reckless way, but I've heard the peanut gallery so much in my life and career until now. The peanut gallery don't even matter. Just like I'm just going peanut gallery. It just don't matter. It's pressure for me, not because I'm a pastor, Lola, but because COVID-19 has brought reality of that I'm in this single space. I'm in this thing. Like right now, if I want to say, honey, can you give me some more hot tea? Who gonna get it?
Right. I got to go run and fill up my grape juice.
Right. So or baby, ooh, that was good. That was a good live y'all had, And so, it's an added pressure to me. I'm pressure. I'm the pressure of this single life. Dude, you want to get older and die alone? What you want to do? Those are the added pressures. But people, I don't care about people. You got people that say, here's what you hear from the people. Just real short. Here's what you hear from people. I know you be having them coming right and left at you. That might be true, but you don't have who you want to come at you right and left.
Come on, say that again.
Well, so that equals
Wait.
Everybody can talk about that. Go ahead. Open that up now.
We single because we choose to be single. We're not single because we don't have opportunity.
Yeah.
Everybody, all of us ain't sitting on this live on a Saturday night because we don't have options or opportunities. You just don't want the options and the opportunities that's coming at you. You can get somebody right now, but it won't be the right one. And so people make that mistake. I know they blowing up your DM. I know that. Well, first of all, they may be, but it ain't the right ones. And then you got people like Lola and Katrina and Carlton who I mean, at this point in your life, you just ain't gonna just take anything.
I can't waste no time.
Yeah.
I can't waste no time.
We don't have no more time to waste.
Yeah, and you know what else with that? I know Bishop. I don't know you two, but I can believe that you got a lot going on with your life. I'm at a point right now. I can't risk my life with just anyone. I have too much now to lose. I could have played a little bit 5 years ago, and I did. But as God continues to elevate, you got to begin to guard your circle, your environment more.
Yeah.
That is almost even for us, Greg. we got to be careful in the DMs.
You sure do.
Because now there's screenshots. You know, nobody care about a screenshot from somebody that just work downtown, work at the bank. But because of what we do, you know, so it's hard sometimes. We can see the right.
You got to break that stigma of that, Carlton, because you're a single man beside being a preacher. So what? Somebody screenshot you saying, hey,
Yeah.
baby, so what? So what?
Yeah.
But the court of public opinion can be a very, very, very grueling place.
Only if you let it stay there. Only if you let it stay. Only if you let it stay there.
I understand that, but a lot of people struggle with that.
But I'm speaking out on it. There's nothing wrong with a Carlton Lynch getting in Lola's DM and say, I think you're a beautiful woman. Can I take you out? What is wrong with that? He's a single freaking man.
Lola, DM.
Now,
I got one question. Are you coming here or am I coming there? See?
Come on.
No, but Greg, I understand. But Greg, let me say this to you though. You know, when I broke up with this young lady, we wasn't married, dating, broke up. She was on Facebook, yap, pastor, all that. And people had the nerve, Katrina, to say I was in a scandal. I ain't in no scandal.
You in Benton Harbor, man. You in Benton Harbor. If you get to pay for a Milky Way in a gas station, you in a scandal. Ain't got nothing else to do.
Where is Benton Harbor?
Exactly.
On your way to Chicago.
On your way to Chicago.
St. Joe. Yeah, you pass right through it going to Chicago.
So Mika says marriage is great, but single is too. Okay.
Awesome.
There's a danger. Awesome. Let me say this. Let me tell a cautionary tale about singleness. There's a danger in being comfortable in your singleness.
I agree with that.
There is a danger in being comfortable in your singleness. God did not put us here to be alone. Man should not live by bread alone.
Absolutely.
We ain't. Hey, the four of us ain't supposed to be single, because what happens in your singleness, you get so comfortable with being alone that you even forget how to govern yourself when you finally get somebody to pay you some attention. I had somebody tell me, story time. I went to go break bread with an old friend of mine. I ain't had nothing else to do.
Was it in Benton Harbor?
Nope.
Okay.
That'd be the next one. We were just going to break bread, two old friends. And I hadn't been out in a long time because we've been in quarantine, so I really hadn't been going anywhere. And I did something, and they corrected me so quickly. They was like, "You didn't forget how to act." And I'm like, "Ooh." And I had to just step back. Women, let me tell y'all something. And this is men and women alike. We get so comfortable in our singleness that we forget how to govern ourselves and how to honor our mates. Or we get so comfortable that we think that it's okay. And I'm not saying that being single is not okay. I'm not saying that. But we get so comfortable in it that it's become our norm. And you don't even, you've turned your mind off to the possibility of loving again. Because
do you think sometimes it's a defense mechanism because it becomes a defense mechanism? Seriously.
Yes.
Hey, but Lola, you know what I really believe? I believe it's a lie and it's a cover up. I don't believe nobody really want to be single.
This is what I'm saying.
Something has transpired in that life where you are afraid, you are scared, you are terrified. You want to be in a relationship. You do not. Nobody desires to be by themselves.
Not if you've had one. It's Saturday night, and according to my clock, it's 10:45. So I'm just going to say this. I don't know not nary a grown person. See, I'd have been married before, so I can speak about this. That laid down and got up and laid down again and got up and laid down and got up a few more times. That didn't enjoy laying down and getting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me that you don't long for the companionship of a man and or a woman. Like, once you've had that, we wake up and we cuddle and we spooning and all of that. You mean to tell me you don't want that again? Oh man, get out of here. That's the line. The truth ain't around it. Once you've had that level of companionship, I don't care how long you've been single, you still lay in that bed at night and be like, man, I remember that time when, I sure wish it. And it's getting ready to get cold outside. Come on now, stop it.
Recruit.
Yeah, like that's real talk. Like we need each other. God created.
That's honest single talk for real.
Yeah. God created us. I mean, we fit like. Just imagine when y'all lay there and y'all holding each other watching Netflix.
Okay, but read what Mika's saying though. This is the reason why she's saying it. So I get what she's saying now. Read what she's saying.
Yeah, she said, I've only been single for a short time after an 18-year marriage. I'm single now because of divorce, a divorce that was not my choice. No. And again, Mika, respectfully hear me, sis. This is not an attack against you. My comment was not an attack against you. I'm just speaking to the singleness because I've been single for several years. And I'm speaking from the perspective of there's a danger in your singleness because when you get divorced, there's phases that you go through, and you're probably going through these phases after your divorce is final, where you're hurting, you're trying to overcome the pain and the hurt. You don't want to date, you don't want to be bothered because you're afraid of the pain that you felt from the past. You have to really be delivered from all of that before you can get into anything else. Then once you get into something, you're looking at people sideways because you have to establish the foundation to be able to trust again. I mean, it's so much to go. So there's a time frame, especially if you were married for 18 years. You need time to get back to you because I'm sure in these 18 years, you gave of yourself, and you may have even lost yourself in that relationship, in that marriage. So now you have to reestablish who you are as an individual, and then reestablishing that takes time. That takes a lot of time.
Emotion. You're gonna come out of that emotion and be like, I don't like this. I'm telling you, we all been through that first emotion of, yeah, I'm good. You know, oh, look at this freedom, and then you be like, this is overrated.
Yeah, this is. But I
like what Tasha just said. I believe that she said you got to divorce it all. You got to divorce the memories.
Yeah.
You gotta divorce the conversations that led to it. You gotta divorce the action. So what she's talking about, being married for 18 years, that's situational.
Yeah.
We're talking about people that's just single,
right.
And you making blank statements like, I don't want no man, I don't need no man, I ain't trying to be. No, I just don't believe that people desire truthfully to be by themselves all their life. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Those are excuses to cover up the pain of the past.
That's to fool ourselves too. When a man fool, that's to fool ourselves. Oh no, I'm okay with this. No, I'm good. No, I ain't good.
Yeah,
I'm good. No,
because Greg, with the way God is blessing, I want to be in a place, Lola. I want to share not only my life but my accomplishments.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I want to share. I want to share this. I'm blessed. You hear me? I want to give someone, the opportunity to live life with me. And I don't believe that there's not one person, and maybe there is. I just don't believe it, that somebody do not want to share their life with another individual that God has placed in your path, that you deep down inside love. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe it.
It's
Tasha, lift your hands right now wherever you are. Lift your hands.
All right, y'all. We almost 10 minutes before 11. Thank y'all.
Thank you for having me.
No, I'm gonna make a executive decision. I know Lola will be with me. Will y'all come back next Saturday? Both of y'all.
Oh, that's nice. Yes, sir.
We in quarantine.
Lola, you agree?
Love it. I miss my sister.
Everybody that want them back say yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And so, Katrina, you got a Cash App?
I do have a Cash App. It is KT Storm.
Wait a minute. Hold on. KT. You know, I ain't got nobody help me. Storm.
It's the money sign first. KT Storm.
Okay, wait a minute. KT Storm. Okay, that's it.
That's it, sir. Let me double check, but I believe that's
So I
it.
would like to bless Katrina. And
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
there you go. Pastor Carlton.
Money sign, Jesus preacher.
Of course.
Amen. I'm gonna give me a new one after the day because mine clearly ain't good enough.
When the right one comes. Mm.
And Lola, I think, wait, hold on. I think I got ours on the band already. Hold on. This is a new. Hold on. Lola, yours is
Lola George. I don't want nobody to mistake me. It's just real simple. $ Lola George.
In my name.
Yes, Lola George. You all, I always tell you guys this, and I just want to continue to just let you guys know. We truly appreciate your participation,
Aw,
your presence.
yes.
We appreciate that you made a conscious decision that on tonight, July 25th, you decided that, you know what, I'm going to hang out with He Said, She Said with Lola and Greg. I do not take your time here for granted because, again, there's so many things that you can be doing. You could choose not to quarantine and you could be out somewhere. But you've made a conscious decision to say, hey, I'm gonna spend the evening with them. I do not take it for granted. I humbly thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope we said something today to make you laugh, to make you say, to make you think, but then more importantly, to add value to your everyday existence. We're living in a time where people are truly, 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 truly going through. And we have to be mindful to always be sensitive to the needs of other people. Be sensitive in your approach, be sensitive in your communication, because you never know what that thing is going to be to set people off, because people are truly going through. And it's our sensitivity and love that's going to help bring this world back to where we know it can be. So I always say, with love and kindness will we draw the people, and it's going to be God's people that does the drawing. So I want everybody to hold ourselves accountable so that we can be a greater people for not just this country, but our nation, because the world is in trouble. And it takes people like us.
Glory,
It
hallelujah.
takes people like us to bring it together. So I love
Glory,
y'all. I thank y'all. And I'm going to turn it over to the man of God, since he has a hymn on his heart. He'll go ahead and close us out.
No, that's it, y'all. I say this every week. The reason why that I always bring up the Cash App. Me and Lola were talking about going on the road and then hit the pandemic. We are going to do a He Said, She Said tour. And so if you were up tonight somewhere, you'd be paying a cover charge. And so be a blessing to those who are our guests. They didn't ask us to do that. I had Pastor Carlton on last night, and people were blessing him on another platform, talking about the pandemic preaching. And so there's me and Lola's. And there's up one more time. It's like you went to the movies or something. And here's the thing: you gained information tonight. I wouldn't be a preacher if I didn't say somebody's life was changed and turned around and delivered. So, there go K Storm and Jesus Preacher. $10, $5, $20. Just divide up $20 amongst four. We're not saying just be a blessing. All right. The benediction. Y'all so crazy. We'll be here next time. I need y'all to do me a favor by next Saturday. Invite people. Say, hey, I go every Saturday night to this awesome relationship thing. Find somebody. Everybody bring one with you on next week. Okay. I know people are a little bit out of the house now, so the numbers are a little down, but invite people. Okay.
And send us questions, because last week we had an opportunity to field a question that came from our audience. And we love talking about your questions. So send your questions to whentheRightOneComesTV@gmail.com. WTROCTV@gmail.com.
I found the air. Hold on. Okay. All right. We're out of here, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. Pastor Colton, you got anything to say?
Y'all give some money tonight. Y'all bless them tonight. I sent my offering to one of them already, and give tonight. I enjoyed being here. Y'all can bypass me tonight. Give to me next Saturday, but give to Greg and to Katrina, and give your cash up again, Lola, one more time.
It's Lola George. That's LOLAGEORGE $. Precedes all of that. It's the $. LOLAGEORGE.
Put it back
Lola.
up. Okay, I got it. LOLAGEORGE.
GE.
Is your name Lauren?
No.
Lola George.
Oh,
Here,
okay, I
go.
got it. Okay, hold on.
LOLA.
While we doing that, I just want to say thank you all for having me. I truly appreciate an opportunity to definitely be blessed and to be a blessing, especially with those who you believe in their lifestyle. A lot of people who do a lot of talking, but when the lights is down and the mic is off, they live a trashy life. So I appreciate being in the company of quality human beings who love people genuinely.
Yeah.
And again, thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
See you next Saturday. Thank you, man.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, good night, good night, family.
Hold
Thank you
on.
to everybody who commented, especially those who gave shout outs to the chocolate. Yeah.
What'd you say, Lola?
I'm telling them to stay on. Don't hang up once we go off.
Okay. Hold on.